Today Baba gives us the title that we are true Raj Yogis, true Raj Rishis. Now Baba says that the word yogi, the word rishi means pure. And so when we say Raj Yogi, so there are many meanings to this term, there are many implications of this term. So Raj Yogi means those who are studying for claiming the kingdom of heaven. Yes, then Raj Yogi means those who have yoga with Paramatma. And then Raj Yogi and Raj Rishi both mean pure. So Baba says that although these titles, so there are many people, if you look at the world, there are many people who say that what we are practicing is Raj Yoga. But Baba says that is not true Raj Yoga, because Raj Yoga means that you will claim a kingdom of heaven. It is the yoga for claiming the kingdom of heaven. And if you ask those Raj Yogis, when will your kingdom of heaven be there? They are not even thinking about it. So Baba says that you are true Raj Yogis and you have in your buddhi. So mostly when people meditate, so what is in their buddhi? So what is their aim and objective? So when people meditate, the aim and objective is to become peaceful. Yes, so that is the aim and objective with which people meditate. If you ask anybody in the world, why are you meditating? So they will say to experience peace. And then what is the method to peace? So first, people will say that the reason for peacelessness is situations and other people. So if you want to be peaceful, just leave them first. Okay, so then what you do is you leave everybody. So, and you go to the jungle and then you meditate and then you will be peaceful. And Baba says that is temporary, because you are not peaceless because of anybody. You are peaceless because you have the sanskar of peacelessness right now. And then when you make any change, so that change will make you feel peace temporarily. But then because of your sanskar, you will again start thinking in the same pattern in this new situation and start getting peaceless about it. So have you seen that when people go temporarily to somewhere, some ashram, somewhere, so there are people who go for retreats, spiritual retreats. So even when newcomers come to our campus, that's also spiritual retreat, and then they will suddenly feel a lot of peace. Yes, and that's not just because that's not because you've become peaceful, that's because there's a change of place. And then, if you stay there long enough, then if you are not working on your sanskars, then you will be peaceless there also. So it's not like, many times people say that I want to live in the center. So I said, but why don't you want to live in the home? Why don't you want to live at home and study this study? So they will say that, no, I don't want to live at home because my home is the problem. Okay? And then we say, then we will not invite you here, because then you will have a problem in the center also. Because if you just think that living somewhere else will solve your problem, that's not there. So we are peaceful in the center because we are working on our sanskars, and we are creating a peaceful environment through our own efforts. It's not like this environment is making me peaceful. We are creating that environment, and yes, we are sustained by that environment also, but it is the internal effort. But what mostly people do is run away, and then you think that that is the method to peace. But Baba says no, so you can have temporary peace through that. And you must remember this always. When you have a temporary change, you have temporary peace. So you go to any, people go for holidays and anything, and they feel a lot of peace. And why? Because temporary change. So break from your old patterns for some time, but then as you get comfortable in the new place, all those old patterns will come back and then you will feel the same way. So Baba says this is temporary. And Baba says that aim, that you have to be peaceful, that is not the aim of Raj Yoga. So Raj Yoga means you have to be the master of the kingdom. So you are studying here to be a world sovereign. And when you talk about peace, Baba says that peace is there only in the soul world. Okay? And Baba says that is the world of peace, and you can only be absolutely peaceful in the soul world. Why? Because you can be only absolutely peaceful when there is no thought. Yes, and people are trying to become thoughtless. Yes, but Baba says, in this stage, whenever you are here playing your part, thought is a constant phenomena. You can work on the quantity of thoughts, quality of thoughts, but you cannot have no thought. Because even, this thought that I have no thought requires a thought. You cannot know I don't have a thought if you're not thinking. So this is why Baba says that absolute peace is possible only in the soul world, in our sweet home, because there is no thought there. And then Baba says, but you don't experience peace there because there is no thought. So that is the region of absolute peace, but it is a dead world because you don't experience anything. So what is the point? And then Baba says that I give you the aim that you don't meditate or you don't become a yogi for becoming peaceful. So you become a yogi because you want to go to the world of purity, peace, happiness. And you see, the soul wants to experience purity, peace, and happiness. And that experience doesn't happen in the soul world. So that experience happens here. But because people have no idea that in this world, half the cycle there is absolute purity, peace, and happiness, and there is no trace of sorrow. Yes, Baba says there will be no summer also. No heat wave, nothing in Satyug. Even the elements won't give you any discomfort. So Baba has given us a lot of information about, what is the degree of happiness in Satyug. And Baba says that I have given you the knowledge of the beginning, middle, and end. And now you know that for half the cycle, this is a world of purity, peace, and happiness. And Baba says, now your aim is to go to that world. Yes, so we are true Raj Yogis. We have the aim to go to that world of purity, peace, and happiness. We are studying to go to the kingdom of heaven. We are not studying, we are not becoming yogis to experience temporary peace. So this is one major difference between, so the difference in aim and objective. Yes, so people who say we are Raj Yogis, they are not having any aim of going to the kingdom of heaven, but we are here, we have knowledge that that is a world of happiness, peace and purity, and we are studying or we are making effort to go to that world. So this is why Baba says you are true Raj Yogis. Understood? And then second thing, when we talk about Raj Yoga is about having yoga with the highest one, with God. Okay, so Raj Yogis, they meditate or they have yoga with God or the highest one. But Baba tells us that people who claim to be Raj Yogis, they are not Raj Yogis. They don't have yoga with me. They have yoga with the element. Yes, so in the world, people think that there is the Brahma element or the Brahmlok is God. And the sannyasis, they remember that Brahma element. They don't have any idea about Baba, that Baba is a point and an ocean of knowledge, ocean of purity, ocean of peace, love, happiness. They don't have this idea. So they don't have any knowledge of Baba. So Baba says that is why nobody has yoga with me. People are Tattva Yogis, not Raj Yogis. Tattva Yogi means you have yoga with matter. And Baba says Brahmalok is also made of the sixth element. So just like you have 5 elements here, that is the element of light. And in that element, you live, and that is the home. But that is not me. And people who have yoga with Brahmalok, they are having yoga with matter, not with me. And that is why that is not called Raj Yoga. Yes, and Baba says that I am the only one who comes and gives you my introduction. So only you have yoga with God. And Raj Yoga means yoga with God. And other people have yoga with their idea of God. Yes, so when you are having yoga with a deity, or you think that God is like this or that is some physical appearance or something, that is your idea of God. You don't have yoga with God. Yes, you're getting it? So these two are primary differences. And then Baba says, many times people ask that, how can I have yoga with the point of light? Because in bhakti also you create big shivlingams. Yes, why? Because you cannot have so you know that you worship, you don't know how to have yoga. So you know worship. So how do you relate to God in bhakti? Through worship. And for worshipping you need a big form, so that you can offer, flowers and milk and anything to that image. So Baba says that is why you create Shiv Jyotirlingam and then you do all of that, because in bhakti the primary method of connecting with God is worship. But I teach you yoga. And you see, in bhakti we have yoga we have unconscious yoga. We are not consciously remembering, but Baba tells us that yoga is remembrance, and in bhakti you remember people and you worship me. So your yoga is with humans and things and matter of this world, and then you only worship me, you don't have yoga with me. So nobody remembers God. Yes, so maybe chanting or something, these are some methods. But again, during chanting also, your mind and intellect, they are not working together. So do you understand why chanting doesn't work? Because the mind and intellect have to work together. So the intellect creates an image and the mind thinks. So during chanting, the mind is busy, but the intellect is not busy. So the intellect is creating many images. And that is why you cannot have the experience of what you are repeatedly chanting. So Baba tells us all these things, and then Baba tells us that you don't, so you have been taught to connect to me through worship, but actually you have to connect to me through remembrance. And just like you remember everybody, you have to remember me. But Baba says, because you don't know me as I am, so you can't remember me. And then Baba says, second challenge is, when you know me, then the question you ask is, how can I remember a point of light? So you think that, you can remember somebody who has a body, but you cannot remember somebody who is bodiless. Why? Because you are body conscious. And then Baba tells us how to become soul conscious. And Baba says, if you want to remember me, you have to consider yourself to be a soul. Because when you are a being of light, you can remember the being of light. And see, the thing is, you are anyways a soul. Yes, you don't become a soul when Baba comes. You are anyways a soul, but you are body conscious, you are not soul conscious. Yes, and it doesn't matter who we are. Consciousness is the main thing. Yes, so Baba says that I am a soul and I am actually a point of light, but I consider myself to be physical. And that's why I cannot have yoga with Baba, who is my eternal parent. And here having yoga with the one who doesn't have a body becomes very difficult. So Baba tells us so when Baba comes and Baba teaches us Raj Yoga, so Baba says that children become soul conscious. This is his first direction. Because when you are soul conscious, you can remember Baba. So this is why Baba says, you are true Raj Yogis. So even if people know that, God is a point of light and they keep worshipping that point of light, they are not going to become the kingdom of heaven. They are not going to become the ruler of heaven. But when you understand that God is a point of light and I am a point of light, and you remember that Baba, that is going to make you the kingdom of the ruler of heaven. And Baba says that I come and give you this aim and objective that you have to go to the world of happiness. So that was never your aim and objective. In Bhakti, we never had that aim and objective. And then I teach you the method. So you are true Raj Yogis. And then Baba says, Raj Yoga is also about purity. So have you seen that? That there is the picture of the yogi that we have, the picture of the Raj Yogi that we have in Brahma Kumaris, is the Raj Yogi sitting on a lotus throne. Yes, the Raj Yogi sits on the Kamal Asana. The Raj Yogi doesn't sit, ordinarily. And you check that image, it's a very beautiful image where the Raj Yogi is sitting on the lotus throne. There's a shining star here, and then there is a straight line up to Baba, and from that link, the Raj Yogi is constantly receiving light and might. So this is Raj Yoga. So Baba says that the foundation of Raj Yoga is purity. And in the world, people don't think, so people have no idea about what purity is. Yes, so you ask anybody what is purity. So you ask what is peace, you ask what is happiness, they know. But they know a little, not absolutely, because they don't know the world of peace and happiness. So they don't know absolute peace and happiness, of course, but they know temporary peace and happiness. For example, what is happiness? So people say eating an ice cream is happiness, or buying a dress is happiness, but but of course they don't have any idea about what happiness is. But temporary happiness, at least they know. But you ask them what is purity, no idea. Yes, because when you ask anybody what is purity, at best they know, bathe, wear clean clothes, or keep the house clean, that is purity. Or when we celebrate Deepavali, what do? Clean everything externally, because that's the idea of purity. So, but Baba says no. Purity means purity of body, mind, and wealth. Yes, purity is purity of body, mind, and wealth. And body doesn't mean only celibacy. Celibacy is very important, most important. But then purity of the body means purity of what you see, what you eat, what you speak, what you hear, everything, even what you wear. So if you are wearing something that's pulling your attention, that's also not purity. So you see, yesterday Baba gave us a very, very minute definition of purity. Baba said that if you become the instrument for somebody creating waste thoughts, that's also your impurity. Yes, and you see, I have always believed in this, that those who are pure are detached and loving. So if you are pure, there will be, leave the 5%, but 95% at least, everybody will love you and they will be detached and loving with you. And if I'm not able to have that, if I'm not able to create that relationship around me, that's an aspect of my impurity. There is something in me, maybe in my thought, maybe in my word, maybe in my conduct, that because of which I'm not able to create relationships where other people are detached and loving with me. So if you are working in the bhandara, if you've been given seva, and then you are not able to create an environment where other people can cooperate with you, other people can be with you, you can work together, you can do seva together, then that's impurity on your part also. I believe in this. And why other people can't be detached and loving with you? Because your thought, word, and act is such that it induces waste thought in others. Yes, if you say that I'm very pure, but then you give very dry expressions, and everybody starts wondering what is the problem. So then that is impurity. So purity is very deep. So when you are pure, you will create an environment of purity where everybody is inspired to to create good karma, and nobody will have waste thoughts. And 5%, of course, I agree, there will be souls who will not take the who will not be in sync with you, but 95% success you will have. And Baba says that purity is the foundation of being a Raj Yogi, and you have to be pure. So purity means purity of the body. And today Baba even says, don't wear any jewelry, and you should be somebody who has won over vices. And Baba gives us a very interesting law that you create as you are. So if you are somebody who has adopted simplicity, purity, and you have won over vices, then you are free from desires, free from even the knowledge of desires, then you will be able to make others like yourselves. Yes, and in the Avyakti Baba also says, if you are clean and clear, then other people will also be clean and clear like you. So Baba says purity is a very big foundation for Raj Yoga. So first is purity of the body. So if you can't work on purity of the body, you can't work on anything else. And purity of the body doesn't only mean not engaging in impure acts, but even seeing impure things or hearing gossip or hearing all the time impure stuff, that which is triggering your emotions and your anger and fear and maybe lust or any other emotion, that is also impurity. And then there is purity of mind. So you have to work on your consciousness, you have to work on soul consciousness if you want to have purity of mind, because you live in an impure world. And if you think about the matters of the world, there will be impurity of mind. Yes, impurity of mind. Even when you think about what people are doing, what is the situation, there will be impurity. Yes, I remember there was this one sister, she is a BK for very long and very good Brahman. And one day she was just sitting and she was sitting in yoga, but I felt like she's a little disturbed. So I asked her, are you fine? So then she said, my mood is off today. So I said, why is your mood off today? So she said, I thought about things I shouldn't have thought about. So I said, what did you think about? So she said, there is a Mata and she's facing a lot of challenges. And then, I just thought too much about it. And I thought about the person who is, becoming that instrument for obstacles. And then I suddenly lost all my happiness. And I felt like, why is he treating her like that? And is this the way to treat, somebody who is doing everything for you? And then I went into wrong and right, and then I lost my happiness. So you see, we live in a world where there are so many things which are not going according to, the perfect or the ideal order of things. And whether it is behaviors or situations, or because everything is depleted, and the only method to be pure is to not think about them. And how do you not think about them? When you have the 3 dots with you: the knowledge of the soul, the knowledge of Baba, and the knowledge of drama. And you are able to put a full stop. So when you are able to use these knowledge and put a full stop, that everybody is behaving according to their sanskar, and anyways, everybody is Baba's child, and then everybody, so drama, everything in the drama is predestined, so no use thinking about it. Then you can keep your mind pure. And if you are not sitting on the seat of purity, you cannot become a Raj Yogi. So nobody is making this effort in the world. Even, these days, people who claim to be yogis, they are not talking about being free from lust also. Yes, so you see so many people in the world who are, especially in Bharat, there are so many sannyasis also who are engaging in, who are in marriage, and they are not claiming that they lead a pure life in marriage, and they don't propagate that celibacy is important. So even celibacy is not these days practiced by many people, and then let alone all these aspects of purity. And then Baba says purity of wealth also. So Baba says, when whatever you earn, so if you're earning, if the method of your earning is impure, or you are spending, against Srimat, all of this creates a burden. So if you are spending on things and relationships out of attachment and desires and So where your money is going, your mind will also be pulled by that. And then if you're earning in an impure way, so if there is corruption and there is a lot of you are if you are troubling somebody and earning, and if you're not earning through proper methods. So for example, somebody is a doctor and there's a patient in trouble and you're extracting money from that patient, then of course that's not pure money, and then that karma will not let you sit in peace and soul consciousness. And so this is very important for purity, that you earn through pure methods and then you use that money also according to Srimad. So you're not buying stuff which, or you're not giving to people who buy stuff which Baba has forbidden you from using. So Baba says this is very important, and then you use the body, mind and wealth where Baba asks you to do. That purifies it. So that is also sacrifice makes use, they make sacred. So that which you use according to Baba's directions becomes purified. So Baba says these three things, the aim and objective, who you are having yoga with, and your aspect of purity, this makes you a true Raj Yogi. And then Baba says Raj Rishi also is your title. Rishi means pure, and pure while living in the kingdom. So Baba says whatever work you're doing, whatever you're handling in life, along with that you become pure, you become a yogi, then you are a Raj Rishi. And you see in the scriptures, Raja Janak, King Janak is upheld as the Raj Rishi. And Baba says but Baba says King Janak was not pure. So King Janak is called somebody who was a Raj Rishi, but he was not, so the purity aspect of him was not discussed. But Baba says Raj Rishi means pure. So while living in the household, handling everything, not just detached, but when you stay pure, that is called Raj Rishi. So you are true Raj Yogis, you are true Raj Rishis. This is Baba's teaching for us today. Okay, anybody wants to share anything, please do.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Today I would like to share 2 points. Baba reminded us to practice 7 qualities of soul and be a practical example of that virtues. And secondly, Baba said that what we have to sacrifice first is base thoughts, thoughts of weakness, and weak capacity, whatever we say. And these are the 2 points. And Baba asked to be very simple. And otherwise, all that we enjoy here will be cut from there.
Yes.
That's it.
Okay, thank you.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Yes, Triptiben.
Om Shanti.
Om
Today
Shanti.
Baba say, the point what I like, Baba say we are all world benefactors. When we are world benefactors, we are involved in the renewal of the world. Therefore, we have to do the service through virtues of spiritual intoxication and also mercy.
Right.
Because Baba is mercy, and merciful Father has, when children also mercy.
Correct.
And when we are mercy, then we are able to feel others' sorrow and able to see.
No, you don't feel others' sorrow. If you feel others' sorrow, you will become sorrowful. Mercy doesn't mean you feel others' sorrow. Mercy means you know from knowledge that this is a sorrowful world. Yes, even if you can't feel somebody's sorrow. For example, you can only feel the sorrow of someone whose sorrow is like yours. But you cannot feel many people's sorrow. For example, if you are in a male body, you may not be able to understand what the sorrow of someone who is in a female body is like. But you can understand that from knowledge, that this is a tamopradhan world and everybody is sorrowful. So that is the sorrow that we have to, that we have to keep in mind, that everybody. So suppose, so somebody is a poor person, so no resources. They cannot understand the sorrow of somebody who's rich. They will always think that, this rich person has all the resources, so no sorrow. Yes, or somebody who's resourceful doesn't have sorrow. But Baba says that that everybody is in sorrow because this is a world of sorrow. And you don't need to feel it. If you feel it, you have become sorrowful yourself. Let me tell you one thing. So one time I was with a person who works for women empowerment. And she is a big authority in that area. And she told me one very interesting thing. She said, the poor women have real problems and the rich women, they are only complaining just like that. And I was very amazed, and it was interesting to hear that coming from a person who is there to address the problem of women. And then I was just thinking, that sometimes when you're body conscious, you cannot 90% of the time understand what is the sorrow of the other person, because that you are in a different context. And Baba says that you have to have mercy knowing that this is a world of sorrow. Okay. And so you have to have the intoxication that Baba has made you the instrument to remove the sorrow of the world, and you have to have mercy. And when you have both, then you become the instrument that Baba is trying to make us. Okay, Om Shanti.
Yeah, that's something, the wrong word. But anyway, that's okay. The other one, I like the point, Baba is an ocean of love. Therefore, we are getting lot of love from the Father, and we are able to spread the vibrations to the surrounding area, all the people's souls around us. That's it. Om Shanti.
Thank you. Om Shanti. Yes, anybody else?
Om Shanti Didi.
Om Shanti.
Today in the Avyakta Share, Baba says easiness in your nature helps us to stay in remembrance very easily. And he further teaches how to become easy. And for that, I need to have clarity in my thoughts. So the more clarity I have, it helps to bring synchronization between my thoughts, my words, and my actions.
Correct. And also, because you are not living in easy circumstances. So in order to be easy within, you need the power of the intellect. So you need to process everything in such a way that ultimately you feel easy inside. So for that, we need clarity. Okay. Om Shanti. Thank you.